The Athletics, Mike DeFabo came up with the list. And don't get me wrong, like we were just talking about misquoting Kaboli. We'll make sure we quote all of DeFabo because he does make a good argument here. Talks about those who could be cut on the Pittsburgh Steelers this offseason. And Cole Holcomb is one of those names. He said, quote, Cole Holcomb, who was once a do-everything three-down inside linebacker before a gruesome knee injury derailed his career in 2023. I think Holcomb makes the team, but I'm unsure about the other. There is concern, obviously, of what's to come from Cole Holcomb and if he's all the way back. And I mean, what is all the way back after a knee injury as bad and as close to forcing him into retirement as it was? Now he's coming back. Is Cole a guy in your head that is a true cut candidate this offseason? You move on from Landon Roberts, Mark Robinson, Carson Bruner. I guess Malik Harrison has to be involved in that conversation after the deal he got. I mean, do you look at Cole Holcomb as a guy that is potentially on the bubble heading into training camp?
No, not at all. I was genuinely very surprised to see this. And again, not to keep things within context, like this was in regards to like the entire AFC North and like which teams could be looking at like maybe some surprising camp competitions and stuff like that. So it wasn't like him dropping this like kaboom or something like this about Cole Holcomb's status with the team, but still I was very surprised to even hear his name get mentioned because I just don't understand the reasoning unless he is not healthy. But if that's the case, then why wouldn't he have been released with a failed physical or like some sort of agreement they would have come to where he wouldn't still be trying to play football? That doesn't seem to be the case. He's been given a clean bill of health. He seems very amped to come into camp and to win snaps back and become a starter again. And yeah, there is depth at the position. I think it's one of the deepest positions on the team right now, including, Malik Harrison, I think is a big part of this conversation.
Yeah.
Still, all of that considered, I do not consider Cole Holcomb to be a cut candidate at all. At worst, he is one of your backups, and I take him over Mark Robinson. I take him over, a 7th round pick in Carson Bruner. Even with the health concerns, I see Cole Holcomb being a very important part of the team, whether it's as a starter or as a reserve player. Either way, it's on the 53-man roster. So yeah, I was shocked to hear this.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I looked at the Steelers and said, he is your third. Malik Harrison isn't your third. You didn't go out and sign a 27-year-old guy who's been in the league that you know what you're going to get out of him and say, you're going to be the replacement to a Landon Roberts. No, that's not what you went out and did. You got Malik Harrison because he's a really good special teamer, because you needed quality depth. He's a guy we want to talk roster cut candidate. It's Malik Harrison as much as it is Carson Bruner and Mark Robinson. I mean, that's the bottom of the depth chart. Cole Holcomb to me has a spot, I think a big one. I think Cole Holcomb's a guy that they hope becomes a starter that has to challenge Peyton Wilson and Patrick Queen for snaps. That's what they hope he could. Now, again, I don't know what happens after a knee injury that bad. We have no idea how that's going to affect him. And we've seen knee injuries derail contracts or careers many times in the NFL. So it wouldn't be the first time, but I don't think the Steelers heading into training camp view Cole Holcomb anything less than an inside linebacker 3 that they hope turns into more. And I agree. I have such a hard time, if I had to guess who the inside linebackers are, and tell me if I'm wrong, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Cole Holcomb, I'm going to guess Malik Harrison makes the team, and then I'm going to guess Carson Bruner edges out Mark Robinson, and they go rookie on the last year, or a guy on the last year of his rookie deal who never turned into more than a special teamer, who's a quality special teamer for sure, and maybe you keep Mark Robb over Malik Harrison if you feel comfortable in that. But Carson Bruner's a guy that's coming in here to play special teams, and if he's good enough to play special teams, they're going to keep him because you get him for 4 years instead of 1 in Mark Robinson. That would be my guess at the 5 that make the roster.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. And again, there's not a lot of space in that scenario for Cole Holcomb to not be on the 53-man roster. So yeah, I think it's crazy to me. yes, the injury is a legitimate concern. Like
For sure.
his athleticism could be completely derailed. His explosiveness could be gone. But in those 8 games or 7 games or whatever in the 2023 season when he came to the Steelers, that man was an explosive playmaker. He was a tackling machine, and he came in and really solidified the middle linebacking position in a concrete way. So, 2 years later, yes, he's recovering. I understand that, but I mean, he is still on paper and like based off of production alone, the second best middle linebacker on this roster. So, he's got to be around unless the wheels have completely fallen off, which if that is the case, that is incredibly unfortunate for him.
Yeah, for
Barring
sure.
that, the man's going to be an important part of the team. I don't get it. And I think Mark Robb is probably the likeliest cut candidate. I think Malik Harrison's going to end up on the team, especially when they went out and offered him a 3-year contract.
Yeah, I agree. The other one.